Kalispera.
Hello.
Kalispera. Hello. Melene Huw. Que imedo yanasasbo mia historia. A faraway land of sprawling concrete, cement, and bellowing clouds of thick fog. Through this hot haze, a light flickers, revealing a young lady cuddled up in her favourite armchair, the faint scent of last night's yamista lingering in the air. Diaphames, diaphames, diaphames! The intermittent light coming from a magic box in front of her, flashing images and sounds blurring through her brain. Diaphames. Until something different, something new appeared on the screen. Lines joining together and forming shapes. A tall, time-telling tower and distorted cartoon faces. And at first it confused her, but she felt it drawing her in and taking hold of her. An idea, a feeling, a passion was planted in this young lady's heart. For many years she investigated this foreigner from afar, delving deep into his mentality. She wanted to understand more of him, to learn from him, to learn about him. And her desire could be contained no more. And so she set off to study his very heart, soul, body and mind, like honey to yogurt. First impressions of meeting this new man, she was daunted and felt small in a whirlwind of sounds, movement and energy. This royal throne of kings, this sceptred isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this other Eden, demi-paradise, this fortress built by nature for herself against infection and the hand of war, this happy breed of men, this little world, this precious stone set in a silver sea, this blessed plot, this earth, this realm, this England. Intimidated by this medieval fortress and unsure of her place within this blessed plot, she wavered. But gently, he took hold of her hand and said to her, "Be not afeard. The isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs that give delight, but hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that, if I then had waked after long sleep, would make me sleep again, and then, in dreaming, 'neath the clouds methought would open, and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again." Reporting back home her newfound love of this foreigner, she was met with disbelief. "How can you so easily leave your motherland? What is it about this new relationship that holds you so tightly? Where is your patriotism?" Reflecting upon this, she realised she had fallen hopelessly in love with the foreigner's very heart. His beating centre, which, like a jewel of opportunity, drew her in, inspired her and held her close. And channeling this, his linguistic charm, she responded, "Earth has not anything to show more fair. Dull would he be of soul who could pass by a sight so touching in its majesty. The city now doth like a garment wear the beauty of the morning, silent, bare, ships, towers, domes, Theatres and temples lie open unto the fields and to the sky, all bright and glittering in the smokeless air. Never did sun more beautifully steep in his first splendour, valley, rock or hill, ne'er saw I, ne'er felt a calm so deep. The river glideth at his own sweet will. Dear God, this very houses seem asleep, and that the mighty heart is lying still. Revelling in her newfound linguistic ability, her choice was made. She didn't want to look back. She looked forward, seeking new opportunity and a variety of life that this new partner offered her. Walking away from her Mount Olympus and the ancient beginnings of her history, she put her roots down with this new, green and pleasant man, but a modern man, a man of the digital age, complex and full of character. From her base, she branched out to explore deeper into his personality, as well as his wealth of artistic expression, easily accessible compared to other previous partners from lands far across the ocean west of here. She found him to be somewhat schizophrenic, or diverse, shall we say. At times he could be a little bit of a pompous prat. Yeah, Charlie, hi, how's it going? Yeah, where did you end up last night? No, fucking infernals, man, honestly. What? No, not with that rotter. Mate, that is savage. Yeah, no such luck for me, I'm afraid. Had to escort Oscar back to Parsons Green to, yeah. Well, he fucking chundered all over the cab. It was like a bloody blizzard. Yeah, well, I know. Well, no, listen, mate. I've got to get on the bloody cattle wagon now. So, if you don't mind, yeah. Well, at the moment, I'm getting up in the dark and going to bed in the bloody dark. Yeah, I know. It's bloody savage. Hang on, mate. Listen, I'm probably gonna call you back just because. No, I know. No, it's Muswell Hill mummies with baby buggies. Day out, apparently. Fucking weapons of mass destruction, man. Honestly, I swear to you. All right, listen, I gotta go, but I'll see you later for some beveraginis. Sweet. Okay, mate. Yeah, down the Duke. Okay. Latest player. And then suddenly, he turned into this street gangster, proper hip-hop kind of guy. Hold up, princess. What going on with you, though? You're looking kind of lame still. You got some next diamond eyes and your weave. Wait, sorry. No, your hair. Your natural hair. It's like out of some Pantene advert or some shit, I swear to you. Wait, hold up. No, look, I'm chatting to you, okay? It's fine, I swear, alright? But my brethren's having a little shrubs, like, down at his yard, and I thought maybe you could roll with, man, still. Swear down. Lenny like you on my arm? Psh, what can I say? Honestly, right? And then maybe after, I'll cop you a little Nando's, we can roll back to Mumsy's, I'll put on some slow jams, and then I can just lay you down, baby girl, and then unleash the beast. That's how you like it, girl, and that's how I roll. Come on, babe, let's go. And then suddenly he turned into this rather strange, pigeon-chested Cockney geezer. Oi, check out the bacons on that. Have a butcher's, will you, mate? Have a look. What's me Barnet doing? Hang on a minute. Looky in Robin Hood. Right, I'm going to walk ball and chalk straight over there. Get her a nice little Dame Edna. Have a nice little Frank and Pat, and then hopefully she'll grab a billy coat, and we'll be off up the apples and stairs to Uncle Ned. Oh mate, actually I haven't got any bees. Lend us to school. Yeah, nice one, sweet. So just as you started to understand this new language, all of a sudden then he turned into some kind of ultra cool, hipster kind of guy. Oh yeah, mate, seriously, I need to take you to this place that we went to in Hoxton the other night. Frankie took me there on our fixies. We were rocking American Apparel ankle skippers of. Basically, it's like this amazing underground galleries / concept art / cafe, and like they do amazing gluten-free organic grub till 6. The soy porridge is totes amaze. And then after, everyone gets absolutely buzzed on Coke and MD. It's like all new up and coming DJs and stuff, no mainstream shit, obviously. And then, so after we can just hang out there all day, twizzling our moustaches, and, you know, hanging out with all the other freelancers who don't have anything else to do. Yeah, so sure, he had a bit of a split personality. And maybe there were some issues with his brain, but she accepted who he was and embraced his strangeness and diversity. And once she had an understanding of his complex personality, she began to look further into his physical attributes. She tried seeing things from his perspective, tried living life through his eye, surveying his features from this turning viewpoint. He gazed at his physical beauty, stretching out as far as the eye could see. Exquisite lines stenciled the sky behind him. Glistening gems shone, bouncing, reflecting off his curving, fluid belt. From his mouth, the Houses of Parliament, his stunning set of pearly whites. He spoke with great passion, often argumentatively, and soon she learnt to ignore half of what came out of his mouth. And this voice was given breath by his lungs, the numerous parks and open spaces that provide respite from the hustle and bustle of daily life. And although he had a history of heavy smoking, he was self-aware and recognised his problem. He worked hard to keep himself fresh, constantly cleaning, and in an attempt to cover up the smog, he was now more just of a social smoker. And unlike her previous partner, this man had his appendix intact. And whilst for now his monarchy remains an important part of him, drawing people to him from far and wide to see his crown jewels, he probably could function perfectly well without it, let's be honest. And beneath his skin, deep and tunnelling through his body, was a complex system of veins and arteries, transporting his blood, his people, through the city. And sure, there was the occasional clogging, and she knew all too well the rage that this caused, but generally speaking, there was a good service on all lines. And he was healthy. But in 2011, a virus originated inside of him, infecting his blood. Gangs of rogue red blood cells vandalised his skin and looted control of his body. He was left with many cuts and bruises, which act as warnings for the future and memories of the past. And these scars serve as an example of the many physical flaws she had noticed in him. But his enduring togetherness, his resilience, his strength of spirit shone brightest. This was never more clear to see than the day a cowardly knife slit his veins and spilt his blood. It is how he responded to this attack that defined him. All parts of his character united and spoke with one clear voice, a voice which echoed throughout the land. I want to say one thing specifically to the world today. This was not a terrorist attack against the mighty and the powerful. It was not aimed at presidents or prime ministers. It was aimed at ordinary working class Londoners. Black and white, Muslim and Christian, Hindu and Jew. It was an indiscriminate attempt at murder, irrespective of any considerations for age, for class, for religion, or whatever. They seek to divide Londoners. They seek to turn Londoners against each other. And I said yesterday to the International Olympic Committee that the City of London is the greatest in the world because everybody lives side by side in harmony. Londoners will not be divided by this cowardly attack. In the days that follow, look at our airports, look at our seaports, and look at our railway stations, and you will see that people from around the rest of Britain, people from around the world, will come to London to become Londoners and to fulfill their dreams and achieve their potential. They choose to come to London, as so many have chosen to come before, because they choose to be free, they choose to live the life they choose, and they come to be able to be themselves. And nothing you do, however many of us you kill, will stop that flight to our city where freedom is strong and people can live in harmony with one another. Contemplating this remarkable response, she saw in him something greater than she'd ever seen before. A man who was knocked down and picked himself back up and proved to her that her core could not be cracked. He accepts his flaws and embraces his individuality. He has shown the world his sensitivity and that his hard exterior can be damaged. He's a real man who can be hurt and can hurt others, but he learns from his past and improves. He celebrated this with her and with the world by hosting the Olympic Games in her honour. She lives with him now, a man who satisfies her every need, gives her hope, and most importantly, makes her laugh. In most stories of Greek maidens, it ends with a tragedy. And the only tragedy in our story is that of unrequited love. Well, Kat, you once said to me, you hoped London had adopted you. Let me now, on behalf of London, ask you, will you be with me? Stay with me? Care for me? Feed me? And love me? We belong together.
Aww.
Meeting you, Kat, and listening to your passion and love for all London has to offer has made me reevaluate my city and reminded me that when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life. For there is in London all that life can afford. Evaristo.
Open your gift.
Yeah.
So what is it?
Yeah, a bit of Pearl Jam.
Better Jam. Crank it up.
People from Yellow Leopard, and no one knows what these lyrics are about, so I might as well. People from around the world will choose to come to London to become Londoners, to fulfill their dreams and achieve their potential. True, it's true. Thank you so much. I'm keeping this. You're not getting a prop back.